Hi, this is John, and welcome to the first in the little series on setting up your own WordPress site. The first thing you want to do is go to wordpress.com, and you'll notice over on the right hand side of the screen that there's a little sign up button. So we'll click on that, and that takes us to this sign up page where you can enter in the name of your site. So the blog address is going to be basically what your site is called, and in this case for our little sample group, musical group that we're using, we're going to call it the Sockeyes, and it fills in the username as the Sockeyes, which is fine, and then I'll give it a password. And you need to have an email address for each one, so I have set up a little temporary email address here, and I'll enter that, and then click sign up, and that will take us to the next little section. So I need to then go check my email, and then I can come back and actually put in the rest of this information. But while I'm doing that, I'll just put in my info here. And you could actually enter some information about yourself. So we're going to say that this is a musical trio. You could obviously put an awful lot more, but you can do that kind of thing later. You don't have to do it all at once. So I'm going to go check my email. Here I have this email, and it just tells me that I need to click on here to register it to make sure that my account is now active, and I've been sent a password, so that's hooked up. I can now save the profile, and it shows me that my account has been activated. After this, we'll need to go in and actually start to format the site. Now that you've registered your site, you want to go have a look at what it looks like and customize it somewhat. If you put the address of your site, in this case, of course, we've got the sockeyes.wordpress.com because that's the name of our little play site here, but you'd have whatever your name is here instead. And you'll notice that the web page that they've given us is rather generic, rather bland. There's a picture of some trees here. It's just a default picture that gets put in. Might look different when you set one up. And the name of the site here, the Sockeyes, all in one word, we want to change that. And there's another little subline, which is just another WordPress.com site. Well, we don't want that either, so we're going to go in a few minutes and have a look at how those things can be changed. Down below here, we've got the navigation bar. And right now, there's really only two pages on the site, the home page and the about page. Now, WordPress is a little weird in this way, and it's sometimes hard for people who are just starting off with it to get the difference between a post, like a blog post, and a page. WordPress was originally set up as a blogging platform, as a blogging system, and it has since added pages, which is really helpful because you can now build an entire site using WordPress. Almost a regular website. You wouldn't even have to do blog posts if you don't want to, but if you read any of my stuff, you'll know that I recommend people do blog posts. So here's a case where we've got the home page and the about page. If I click on the about page, the link there, I go to a page and they've given us some default text, which we'll go and update shortly. So that's a page, and it's kind of what you use for content that hangs around for a while. The stuff that you want there regularly. So you might have other things. If you're a musical group, you might have another one that says, some of your recordings, or if you're an artist, you might have examples of your work, that kind of thing. I'm going to go back to the home page, and in this case, with this particular WordPress theme that they've given us, the default, a blog post actually gets put on the home page. So right now there's only one blog post, and so that's why it's sitting right on the home page. On the right hand side, in this column over here, there are a number of little features which are all customizable. You can remove them or add some other ones. And these are called widgets. So there's a recent post widget, basically just your most recent post. When you start to get more posts, it would show obviously some more names for the post. This one says Hello World, and that's the name of our post over here. And then there's archives and categories. You can certainly give your different posts different categories, which is helpful. People are looking for certain things. You might be, if you were an artist, you might be writing about watercolors, so you'd have a watercolor section, and then an oils section, or whatever it is. Or it might be with music. It could be something different. Anything depending on what you're doing. Below that is a meta widget, which we'll probably just get rid of, but we need to go kind of behind the scenes to do that. So that's an overview of where what you get when you actually get your first WordPress site. So now let's go behind the scenes and make some changes.